Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm Martha and I'm currently travelling around the world in a Land Rover Defender with my boyfriend Mitch. And we are currently making our way on the first leg of our trip from the UK all the way to South Africa. Now we're currently in a city called Abomey in Benin, and the next country, hopefully within this video, you will see us enter into Nigeria. That is if everything goes to plan, because there's a few complications at the moment which we will explain as the video goes on. So all that's left for us to do now is leave this very unique camp spot that we've been at and get on the road. So let's go.
We've had some great news as well. While we've been parked here for a couple of days, the tyre pressure has stayed the same, so our little repair has worked, which is great news.
And as you can probably tell, there's not just one car here right now, meaning ours, there's also two more, because we are still travelling with Sophie, who's in the Toyota 4Runner, and Emmanuel, who's in the BMW E34. And I'm hoping within this video as well we can show you their setups, because they're doing the same journey as us. We've all met on the road, although they're both from Germany, and we've all got very different setups. And I feel like it would be good insight for you guys if you're wanting to do a similar trip, to see how, you know, everyone's doing it differently and some things work better for others. So hopefully we can have a sneak peek into that as well. Unfortunately, we're leaving this place on high alert, because although we've been gated in to this place, there's been quite a few local kids who are still standing here now who thought it would be fun to throw rocks over the gate yesterday, and one actually did hit the Defender just on the bonnet, but yeah, not the best, because then you think, what are they going to do next? But it's fine, that was the only little bit of harm, and they're still here this morning, even though I think one of the people from here and Emmanuel himself sort of chased after them. Yeah. Anyway, we're on the move.
So as Martha said, we are currently in the city of Abomey, which is about 100 kilometres as the crow flies north of the coast here in Benin. So the plan for us is to go down to a big city called Cotonou and do a big resupply before we cross into Nigeria, because we've heard there's quite a good supermarket in that city. And then as well, we've also heard that the border there is probably the best one to cross into Nigeria without any issues. Currently we're in a convoy with Emmanuel and Sophie in two separate vehicles. The issue that we've got there is them two have had their visa in process now for over 10 days and they still haven't got it back. Me and Martha got ours back within 48 hours, so there's something weird going on with their visa. So potentially we might be going into Nigeria on our own, whereas before we were planning on going in convoy with these two. What will happen in the next sort of couple of days will decide that.
I can almost smell the sea breeze as we've made him a lot closer to the sea. We're only about 5 minutes off from where we're going to stop first, get our bearings. We're going to grab some food because it is already 1:30, and the track that we're on currently is definitely changed very fast from the tarmac. We're on sand, so the sea must be somewhere around here.
Anglais.
Anglais.
Yeah, yeah. Do we park here?
Okay.
Park there, c'est bon. Merci. Made it to the restaurant. Was a bit of a weird route to get here, but it looks very, very nice, and I hope I can get a burger. I've been craving one for days.
How cultural of you. Hey! Already saving a car and we've not even got into the restaurant yet because we had to get that car to move. So I suppose it was our fault. Bonjour. Oh, this is nice. Nice.
Thank you.
Merci. Yeah, I think so.
Food has been had, food was good, feeling better now. We've got a little bit of a plan now and we've found a nice place to park up, hopefully, for the night. So we're going to slowly make our way there with a couple of stops, hopefully, along the way.
There's a lot of renovations going on in this area and a lot of money seems to be getting spent because it is such a beautiful part of the country. Seems like they're chucking a lot of money here. I mean, this boulevard that we're driving down now is absolutely beautiful, and there is also a fair bit of history in this city, Ulida, that we're in now. So I can imagine in years to come this might be a bit more of a tourist hotspot. What we've come to now is the Port of Remembrance, which is this massive arch that is just sort of like in a place now that doesn't look like a lot, but this was where all of the enslaved Africans, obviously from Benin, will have been shipped to America and entered into the slave trade on ships just like this one. And the arch itself is very, very impressive looking, but also this beach is beautiful. Like, you can't imagine these crazy things going on in such a beautiful place. We've always said that in places that we've travelled, like in Laos and Vietnam, like the things that have happened, you always imagine being in like the trenches, but actually it still happens in spots like this.
We're now trying to find a place to sleep along the beach, and we're just going down this track and hopefully going to find somewhere that we can all fit and tuck away. So you're parking there, right?
Yeah, I think it's the wrong place to park.
Yeah. Oops.
Oopsie.
Oh. We're just trying to find a place to camp and everyone's getting stuck. Great. And there's one thing about Mitch, is he does not like to put the tyre pressure down, as we all know. But here he is. Oh, beautiful.
Right there, huh?
Nice. I do have to say right now, just watching the Landy give Emmanuel a hand, and then just seeing her here, I just love it. I just love him. Let us know if you've got a good name for the Land Rover, because we don't have a name. These guys have names for their vehicles and we don't. Not really big name people, but if you can think of a good one, let us know in the comments.
The time zone has changed now that we are in Benin, and it's going to be like this for a little while. It now sunsets at 7 PM, but I learnt this morning that the sun sets really quick the closer you get to the equator. So now it's like light 1 second, dark the next, and I was trying to wrap my brain around how that works this morning, and there was a weird diagram that made me realise that that actually is the case. But yeah, that's something I didn't know before doing this trip. I've got the hammock out, so I've been chilling in that, which, as you know, is my favourite thing to do. And Martha's been in here grafting away. That's unusual this way round, isn't it?
I don't know, it feels pretty familiar to me. What I've actually been doing in here is having a look over Overlander, where we're kind of going to be going for the next couple of weeks, to be honest, because now that we're very close to the city of Cotonou, we're very, very, very close to the border to Nigeria, which is just mind-blowing. Anyway, so I've just been looking to see like what kind of route we're going to take, what some other travellers are doing recently, and just pinning a few places along the way. And then what I was going to do is, once I'd sort of started to get a bit of an idea of what's good, what's not, I was then going to propose it to Mitch and say, like, what do you think to this, this and this? And then sort of go from there. Obviously we can't plan everything, but I like to at least go into a country, especially like Nigeria, because of all the stories and things that you hear from there, at least a little bit prepared. with a little bit of a plan. So I'm just trying to get ahead because we could be crossing in the next like day or two.
Because as you know, we don't like to plan too much. Especially me, I like going into a country not really knowing what I'm going to experience. It sort of elevates it for me, whereas Martha likes to be a bit more clued up on the place. So it is nice to have someone travelling with me who knows what's going on.
First pin I've just gone on as well, as I was just doing it then. Range Rover Doctor. Knows Land Rovers and Range Rovers inside out. Maybe I should favourite that place.
We were not going to need that. We're not going to need that. We've got a job to do this morning that we have to do way too often, because Martha, 9 times out of 10 in a day, will say, we've got nothing for tea, we've got nothing in. And that's because we always forget what's in the back of these cupboards. So we're going to empty the cupboards completely out. I'm going to do a little list of what we've got so we don't overbuy when we go to the shop today, because we've got a very good habit of doing that. And it's very frustrating. This is what I mean when I say we keep buying the same thing because we forget it's at the back. Martha.
No, Mitchell, this is not me.
13 tomato concentrates.
Mitchell, this is not me. You see them for like 5p and you think, oh yeah, we need 10. Like
13.
Just as we've got to the end of the cupboard, I've just spotted this. A screw. And if you saw the video where we were preparing to come to Africa, Mitch reinforced our worktop a little bit more.
To stop it from going this way, and the bracket that I put in there, all of the bolts have come loose. So hopefully it nips up and it's not actually like enlarged the hole. Bloody 2 kilos of soy sauce in the way. No, it's grabbed nice.
Okay. I'm feeling so accomplished after figuring out what the hell is in these cupboards. And you also might notice a little change to me this morning. Got my new little necklace on, haven't I, Mitch?
Bloody good, aren't I?
Mitch came over, he found me a shell yesterday and he said, a beautiful shell for a beautiful girl. And then he said, do you want it into a necklace? So I said, yes, please. And at like 10 o'clock last night, he got his drill out. I couldn't film him because he was stark naked, drilling the shell to make it into a necklace. So got a little change off. I feel kind of like Tarzan with it, but I love it. So yeah, got that. And then now we're just packing things up. And I thought I would show any of you, if you haven't seen it already, where we sleep and what the process is, because we have our roles when we're packing up and getting sorted, and my role is the bed, so I've got to go back up there to get it all sorted to drive. So if you didn't know, we have the alu cab roof conversion, and here we have this section that can also pull down into a bed like so. So some people do sleep this way, however we end up using this for our spare cushion for our emergency bed, and then we just also have our spare sheets and towels, just things that we don't want to get dusty, live up here, and also our laundry bag, but it's getting a little bit full and it makes it harder to clothes, so we keep it pretty flat. And then this is what our bed looks like when we pull that roof bit down, and we sleep with 2 duvets because we don't like sharing, and then both of our pillows are up the top. However, because we've upgraded the mattress and we have springs underneath as well compared to the standard one, and the only way that the roof will close is if the pillows are really tucked down the bottom there, and this is all nice, flat and smooth, so I do have to make the bed every morning.
And even with it being all nice and neat in all that process, it's still quite a job to get the latches on. If I lose any more weight, I won't be able to do that. Gonna see if Emmanuel can get out off his own steam. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, go on, Theodore.
That's a solid no.
Twice in a week we've had to get the toe strap out. It's never got so much use. Now that Emmanuel's out, we are gonna split for the day because we've got different jobs that we need to get done. Their Nigeria visa is still not here, so they're going to go to the embassy, and all that we need to do is kind of do a food shop and another malaria test for Mitch, which I suppose I'll explain when we get there.
We're driving into Cotonou now, but the first stop is to a clinic because this whole malaria saga is continuing. We've been in contact with a doctor from South Africa, and if you don't know, I've had 2 malaria tests now. One came back that I had malaria parasites, the other one didn't. But she said that I should trust the one that came with the malaria parasites more than the one that didn't. So to triple check, I'm going to go and try and get another blood test, and then if this one comes back clear, malaria saga is finished. All sorted. I'm really happy with the process of that place, so whatever the result is from this place, I'm 100% taking. They're going to send me a message through WhatsApp in this afternoon, they said, so I'll eagerly await for a text.
I must say it's a beautiful drive as we're going more into the centre of Cotonou right now, like seeing the sea to our right and all the baby palm trees that they've planted, which will eventually make this even feel more tropical than it already is. It's just so nice, so chilled, and yeah, like what a beautiful city that we're driving into. You can see the Subiu.
Look at that! Been to the supermarket, we've been very, very sensible. Although Martha has forced me into a purchase that I'm not very happy about, which we'll show you. But look at that! They got like a deli counter, pork chop, veggie, rice, came to like £3 each. Couldn't even make it for that here.
All of our jobs are now done, so we've come to another beach park up for the next couple of nights, I think, because it's only 55 kilometers from this point to the Nigeria border, which again can't get over in my head, and we're just scouting out a place because the other 2 aren't here yet, so we're just seeing what's best, and we think we found a place. There's also a bar just there as well that loves chatting to overlanders, and we've gone just this side to be a little bit more secluded, a little less eyes on us. And look at it, like there, and then nice.
Emmanuel and Sophie just turned up, but also at the same time the police turned up, and at the start they were a little bit funny, but turned out to be really, really nice people. One of them's currently driving Emmanuel's car, and then the chief over here has said basically have his personal phone number, if we have any issues call him and he'll be there straight away. So really nice guys.
Not take the best people.
Not of you. Yeah. The chief didn't want me recording, so I obeyed his wishes, but Emmanuel has just been driving the police car up and down the beach. So you can't write these things. I wish you could document everything that happens on these trips, but some things you just can't record like this now. Like obviously I can't record the policeman if he says that I can't. But yeah, these are the sort of things that happen all the time. Just like the little interactions that you don't capture on the camera are the things that make this trip completely. Police have gone now. We're going to see if we can get Emmanuel to the spot. I've come co-pilot, line picking. Oh, it was here.
There you go.
Yeah, so I went to the right here where it's more grassy. Yeah, you're gonna easy. And then it gets soft near me.
Good.
Yeah.
If I don't crash into Sophie, I also don't want to block your view, but I also only want to stop where it's
No, you're alright.
around.
Go wherever you want.
That's a bit difficult. Oops. I think I might be stuck. Oops.
I've just had a text from the clinic where I did my malaria test, and the result is that there's an absence of malaria parasites in my blood. So this malaria saga is officially closed, thankfully. Although we have just had a text from our friends Tice and Yumi, who we met at the start of Ghana, who take the same anti-malarials as us, and Tice has just had malaria for the second time on this trip. So hopefully he gets better, but it shows that you can still get it even when you're taking anti-malarials. So something to think about in the future. But also on other news, the other two, Sophie and Emmanuel, are still having issues with getting their Nigeria visa, which unfortunately means that tomorrow morning we will be separating and we're going to head into Nigeria and them two are going to try and sort out things here. So I wish them the best of luck as well, because it's really not looking that good for them. The Nigeria embassy here isn't very helpful, and yeah, they're not getting a lot of information online, so it just shows how quickly things can go on halt on this trip. So as we are going to be leaving them tomorrow, I did promise that we would do a quick tour around the vehicles. So starting off with the BMW E34, because the reason that I want to do this is because we get a lot of questions about vehicles and stuff to do this trip, and I think it's really interesting how different the three vehicles are that we have been travelling in this convoy and what it's possible to do it in.
So this is a 1988 BMW 5 Series, that's the E34 to be exact, with a small old 2-liter 6-cylinder engine inside. And we've travelled actually 45,000 kilometers together since in the last 10 months, so yeah, it works.
And the setup that he's got is very, very simple but works. He's got the rooftop tent on it, and then I'll show you the storage in the back.
There we go. So it's pretty fair actually, half of it is for the car, that's tools and spare parts, and the other half is for myself. So we are a good team here. Clothes, cooking box basically, and all the equipment I need. I live out of the boot because it's quite important for me that the rear bench is free. I don't like to have a big mess in the car when driving around the world.
What is also most impressive about the setup is he's still got all 4 seats in the vehicle. So it's basically like driving a car around the world.
So basically this setup is about freedom, because I didn't buy an expensive overlander to tour the world, but I just took the old car that stood in front of my door anyway for the last 8 years, I think. A simple car that I trust, it's not expensive. And I want to show you guys it works, so you don't need an expensive setup, just, yeah, go for it.
And also Emmanuel posts very regularly on Instagram, so I'll leave his card or handle, whatever you call it, on here so you can follow his journey as well. And then Sophie is in a Toyota 4Runner, which is from 1994? Yeah, 1994. And she did plan on doing this trip with her sister, and unfortunately her sister couldn't make it for different reasons, but then just decided to do it on her own, which is very courageous if you ask me.
Okay, so I've got a pretty simple setup here. I basically just have these 2 drawers, one with some clothes and the base bath stuff, and then my kitchen. And that's also the base of the bed where I'm sleeping at. I made it accessible from the inside as well with these guys. And then some drawers on the sides as well, which pretty much stores everything I own.
The thing that I love most about Sophie's setup is on these 4Runners you can put the back window down so she can sleep fully with this open when she's brave enough. She's also got an Instagram which I'll put up on the screen here if you want to follow along on her journey. But yeah, unfortunately, like I say, we are going to be leaving them two tomorrow, and we're going to be getting up bright and early to cross the border into Nigeria. So yeah, see you then.
It's our final morning, waking up by the sea for probably quite a long time, and it's the morning that we're gonna drive into Nigeria, which I'm lost for words at how crazy that statement is that's just come out of my mouth.
As it always happens with me and Martha, well, I just googled, is the traffic bad in Lagos? And that has changed all our plans this morning.
Like, we knew it was bad though.
Yeah, we did know it was bad, but also another couple turned up yesterday and told us that a border that's a little bit further north than the one that we were going to cross is a better border to cross. So we did a bit of research this morning, and we don't know if that's fully true, but it's a smaller border, and you know our rule, we like smaller borders. So we have changed the whole route that we're going
The whole work
into
that I did
Lagos.
yesterday.
Yeah, in 20 minutes this morning while we're having a coffee in our new mugs, which is the purchase that Martha forced me into getting the other day.
Every time we go into an Airbnb or anywhere and I use a ceramic mug, I'm always just like, oh, everything tastes so much better, it's just so much cozier, all of these things. And then we saw them in the shop and I really like the design. Look, we've got 2 different ones.
They are nice, to be fair.
Yeah.
But when they jingle about today, I'm going to chuck them out the back.
Yeah, we've not driven with them yet. So anyway, yeah, full change of plan. All of my work that I did yesterday has been scrapped. And now we've got more driving in Benin to do before the border, which means that even though we've got up super early, it's going to be a long day, basically. So we've said our goodbyes and now we're flying solo again and on our way towards the border, with a few stops along the way first though.
It's really not easy to find water here, so we've come to a car wash and I asked him if I could fill up with water, and he said for 1,000, which is like just over £1. So I think he was going to do it for free, but I said I would chuck him some money for it. Now that the water's filled up, we're going to start heading towards the border. If we were going to the one that we were originally going to go to, it would only be about 45 minutes from here, whereas now it's going to be about 1.5 hours. We've got to go through Porto Novo, which is the actual capital of Benin, whereas Cotonou is like the financial capital. So yeah, got a bit of a drive now. We need to get our money exchanged from CFA, West African francs, to Nigerian Naira. And I think we're in for a shock of how many notes we're going to get, because apparently the currency in Nigeria is a bit crazy. Yeah, no, we want new Naira.
Oui, yeah,
Yeah, in the exchange office.
oui, oui. Après ça ici même. Et tu me préfères à Matou?
Yeah, it's Sebon here?
Oui,
yeah,
c'est
yeah.
bon. Faut descendre.
Yeah. I'm trying to do this sort of nondescript because there's about 50 women behind looking at me, but that's how many notes we've got in CFA, which is about €500. Wait till you see how much we've got when we exchange it.
It's okay.
So I'm officially Mitchell Pablo Hemmings now. Look at the state of that. Bearing in mind that's 500 quid. Like, a lot of money, but not a lot of money. I don't even know where that's going to live. So, anyway, time to head to the border. I feel like I'm smuggling something through now.
Yeah. We're 5 minutes away from the Nigerian border right now, and the nerves have crept in a little bit, so wish us luck. As we got within a couple of minutes of the border, a guy rode up to the side of us on his bike and flagged us down.
You don't like this stuff for custom here, custom paper, now here.
Yeah, we've done it. It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay, it's done. He was telling us we needed to go back to another building to get our vehicle stamped out of the country, but we knew that we didn't need to get it done. Mitch stopped to change over the last of our West African francs with some ladies that were exchanging money by the side of the road.
Ça va?
Yeah, we have
2004. 1000 francs. Tout for 1000 francs. Elle a dit au côté, 40 000 ni ma elle a dit au côté.
That much.
Done. Elle a dit au côté,
And this was properly overwhelming. The guy was speaking to me still, telling me I needed to go back, whilst Mitch was talking money with the ladies on the other side.
You come here. Custom paper. You don't do it. You never do it. Wait, make I show you.
Eventually, he understood what I was telling him and then asked us for a photo whilst the ladies had our money and were converting it to Naira.
Okay, yeah, cool. Agali.
Eh?
Oh, mommy.
Merci.
Oh, it's okay.
Hold on.
What do you want?
Okay. Oh, Joe.
Oh, my channel is all over here.
Smile, Papa.
One light that I never found with.
Nice one. Thank
Okay.
you.
Any euro? You know what change euro?
No, we have everything now,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, give me small sefa.
No,
You don't have.
we don't have any separate.
Oga. How much did you? Oga, how much?
Okay, safe
Alright.
journey.
Thank you very much.
7.5.
75.
1, 2, 3,
Count in English.
4, 5, 6, 7.
C'est déjà
And then,
augmenté. Oui, 75.
and then that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oui. Merci
Merci.
beaucoup. Okay.
Au revoir.
Now, we rolled up at Benin's side of the border and we didn't really know what the process was here as we didn't have a lot of information to go off. We walked into a little office with one bloke in who was friendly and he processed us out of Benin. It took a while as everything was done by hand, but so far it was all going well. As we get to the Nigerian side, this is where the fun begins. This officer really took a liking to Mitch and we honestly had such a laugh. Again, it took a little while because there was some confusion with our passports, which we explain in a sec, but after running around to about 10 different stations and about an hour and a half later, us and the vehicle had been stamped into Nigeria. We are officially in Nigeria, which is such a crazy statement to say out loud, but we're in, we've done it. And that border was so much fun. Like, it was such a unique experience, let's just say that. It was very hard to film because honestly we didn't know what was going on and there was kind of not really that much order, but everyone was so friendly and helped us out.
That was genuinely the most friendly entry we've had into a country so far. We've mentioned before we have a bit of an issue because we're using 2 visas and we had
2 passports.
got 2 passports and we've had visas in different passports, and to be honest the confusion made the experience more enjoyable because we met more people and everyone was really nice. So we've had photos of people, we've met the top commissioner and we're offering to fight each other over Martha. We're having a right laugh. So yeah, we've heard so many mixed stories about Nigeria, the good, the bad and everything in between. So we're going to go into this country with a very fresh mind and so far we've had a great experience. Obviously it's a country where we need to be on high alert and really have our wits about us, but I really think that you can take a very good experience out of this country. We're getting into the territory now as well where it is notorious for police checkpoints. So we're going to have a little game. I think Martha's going to write it in a scrapbook on how many police checkpoints we go through, how many times we get stopped, how many times we get asked for money and so on, and then probably after each country we'll show our tally on how things have progressed because I think the number is going to be pretty high.
And we thought instead of getting annoyed by it and frustrated, like we can't do anything about the situation, so may as well make it into a game and make it fun. So yeah, let's see how this goes and hopefully I can remember everyone. Yeah, okay, thank you. Driven through.
Yeah, I've been stopped.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Czechoslovakia.
No, England.
Huh?
England.
England.
Yeah.
My colonial master. My colonial master.
Right.
Can we snap together?
Oh, it's a photo.
Come the park. Let's snap.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so not sure what I'm gonna have to put down in my scrapbook for you get to a police checkpoint and they all want a photo with you. It's going to have to be an extra column. Wow, that was the first one where we've been stopped. And he was like, oh, you're from England?
Christopher Columbus.
Christopher Columbus. Even the other guys were saying in the office that like, oh, you're a colony, like you're my brother. Like the main people were saying that to Mitch, being like, you're my brother. Like we've got Queen Elizabeth is my mother.
Is that what it is?
I didn't want to break the news to him, but so yeah, that was crazy. The first experience that we've had is them taking photos. I'm so excited to be here, honestly. This is a big monumental moment for us because this is the last country in West Africa before we move to Central Africa, which is a big part of this trip. You know, we've been in West Africa for so long and this is the last country and we're going to enjoy it. Is that car okay?
There's not one thing right with it.
No. Imagine being a passenger in that, you'd be like that. The first town that we've come into and the tarmac is absolutely cooked. There's a big lack of it, so we're on bumpy track. Because I said to Mitch, we've got 20 kilometres until where we're planning on sleeping, but it's going to take 42 minutes. We're like, I wonder why, and then I now understand why. But it's still fun to see everyone. He's already said hi to us once and he's still saying it now. He's just saying hi. Hi. We've been seeing so many petrol stations as we've been driving through. We're basically looking for the most decent looking one, the newest one that we could find, and we've got time to kill, so we found this one and it looks pretty good. And just take a guess now how much you think it will be per litre for diesel. 53p a litre for diesel. What? Like, I didn't even know the number because it's so low. It's obviously below £1. So I don't compute that yet. We're saying like 2,000's a pound. It's more like 18.50, but we're going with 2,000 just for my little brain. It'll just be easier for me to work out because you know I'm not good with maths. But yeah, that is insane. We're just going to fill up the tank because we're now also entering that territory where fuel can become sparse in certain situations. So we're going to go off the rule of if we see a place we want to fill up, even if we're not empty, we're going to fill up. And Mitch is also going to fill up our petrol jerry can, which is on the roof, because that's empty as well.
This is ridiculous. This is for 80 litres of fuel. I just want to say, the notes when we were converting earlier with them ladies, they could have so easily missed a few notes in here and there to make a little bit more money, but that massive stack actually did add up to exactly what it should have been. So that's really, really good. Like, I was expecting there to be like 1,000, 2,000 missing, but no. Just under 80 litres of fuel, £41.
Mental.
Imagine if it was that cheap at home. I'd be driving like an 8 litre Hemi around.
What a fun time we have just had in our first Nigerian supermarket. Even come out with some bakery items, including this egg roll. What do they call it? Egg roll, which is basically a Scotch egg but without the breadcrumbs. And then also
meat.
Oh yeah, meat. And then also a sausage roll that Mitch is eating now.
Not bad.
No, it tastes good.
And I don't really like sausage rolls.
And genuinely, everything was so cheap. We've just picked up things that we haven't been able to get for ages that was so cheap to get as well. and a lot of imports from England. It was like being back at Aldi at one point. All the granolas and coffee and things was all in all from UK supermarkets. But yeah, we're really starting to notice the power that Nigeria has with importing and exporting goods straight away just by going into that supermarket.
Do you want us to
stop?
stop? Yeah.
Okay, we can go. Thank you.
Like they're all police.
Yeah. Does he want us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Good. How are you? Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
But what do you bring on me, like drinking something from
Oh
the
no,
UK?
no, we haven't. We've been not in UK for 5 months.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's very cool.
Thank you.
you.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye. AJ. These are all people from school, right?
From this school?
From this school?
No way.
No, surely not. Bell School, ex-student of the Bell School.
That can't be true. So basically what them signs are saying that all these people down here are ex-students, and potentially that could have been Anthony Joshua. I'm going to have to read that up.
This school.
Oh, look, is Eden Hotel? Eden Hotel? Yeah, can you go this way?
Straight down.
Straight down
here.
here.
Straight down. Then first one by your right.
Okay.
Make it on that. You will return to that place. Better, hello. Make it on. You turn that. Make it on that now.
You think turn round? Yeah.
Hello. First one by your right here. First one by your right here. Now I need to do.
Okay, that'll be
Now
easier.
better than this one.
Yeah. Did Anthony Joshua go to this school?
Hmm?
Did Anthony Joshua go to this school?
Exactly. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
This
Went to
one?
school?
Oh wow, no way.
Crazy. What are the chances of bumping into that?
He did live east of Lagos.
With this is west of Lagos.
That one. He did live west of that. No, never east. Yeah, west.
I want to
west.
check the sign out again.
Yeah. Wait. That's it. Well, I have just done a fact check and it's absolutely right. Yeah, Anthony Joshua called it a tough ordeal in boarding school that almost changed his career path. And he said, my school was called the Bells for a good reason. At 5 in the morning, the staff would walk around bringing these bells to wake us up. Maybe we'll hear them. Yeah, that's crazy that just because we took a wrong turn, we came across his secondary school when he lived here in Nigeria. Eden Hotel.
We've come in a vehicle that we can sleep in, and we heard that it's possible to sleep in the forecourt. Is that okay? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
There will be space for you where you can freshen up also.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, it's very sweaty. Well, what a first day. We're now setting ourselves up here. Everyone is so friendly. There's a shower that she said I could use, and I was so happy because I would read that it was just a toilet. But yeah, we're just setting ourselves up now. We got a few bits from the supermarket, and I feel like I should show you a couple of bits that we got too, because they're things that we've never seen before. And we're just going to make our own food here. There is a restaurant and stuff like that, but we've stocked up a lot, so we're happy to cook our own food. Just got to get over the fact that we're doing it surrounded in a hotel car park with loads of people watching, but I feel like that's going to be the precedent for the future of whilst we're in Nigeria, because if you didn't know, it's just not safe to wild camp at all in Nigeria. Maybe when we get into the Highlands for the Banyo crossing, but until then everyone will stay in secure parking. If it's some sort of campsite, hotel, car park, either stay in a hotel, whatever's the safest and best option for you at that time. That's sort of the way it's going to go for us whilst we're in this country.
100 grams of beef jerky, 50p. Some peanut chips, 50p. Coconut chips, 50p. Hobnobs, bearing in mind these have come across the sea to here, 50p. Sauce, £1. Peanut bars, 50p. Chocolate bar, 20p. Chocolate bar, 20p.
And the reason I picked it up, because, well, can you guess why I picked it up? It's a Mitch Mitch.
Mentos, 20p. Okay, and then, oh no, sorry, these were about 50, 25, 30p each. Got 2 of them. And then oats were a little bit expensive, £2 a bag. And then eggs, about £2 as well. The whole shop came to £10. And we walked out with 3 carrier bags.
And we've got lots of great little snacks to keep us occupied because we're going to be doing a lot of driving, and I don't know, we get bored, so having a Mitch Mitch to hand will be great. There's some guys right now who've just asked if we had a YouTube channel. I've just told them the name and then told them we had Instagram, and they're just watching the reels right in front of me. They're parked next to us. I'm dying inside. Mitch. Yeah. Martha. You remember Martha? Yeah, it's a good name. Whereas Mitch, I say sounds like bitch. Yeah?
Okay, Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch.
Sounds like.
Yeah. That's how you remember it.
Alright, thanks.
Alright.
If I do say so myself, I'm starting to get very good at making a vegetable curry. Looks good, doesn't it?
It looks very good.
Smells better than it looks as well. And then I couldn't be bothered to make my own bread, so we've got some Lebanese breads just to dip in it. But also the reason I'm really excited is because we've not been able to find coriander in so long, and we found it in the shop in Benin. So that's just leveled this dish up so much more. Oh, look at that.
You either love it or hate it.
We're just now having a look at the planned route for tomorrow and how far we think that we can make it, because tomorrow we've got to try and get through Lagos, which I think was ranked the most congested city in the world in 2025. So yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. I've seen some videos which honestly I'm just worried for the Land Rover. But yeah, what a first day in Nigeria, and I just hope it carries on, I really do. And if you want to see how we get on, you'll have to in the next video. So please remember to subscribe, like the video if you've enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in the next one.